Welcome to Rise Unwind. Every week on our show, we bring you lifestyle tips, tricks, and more from all the people who know it best. And this week, we have this.
One of the great things about being an actor is that you are challenged by new things all the time. You know, so often the character will do something that you have no idea how to do, and suddenly you'll find yourself taking piano lessons, or learning how to rock climb, or doing something completely different.
A Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas is going to bring the aquarium to an all-new glow holiday adventure, connecting people to conservation.
It's got the witty moments, it's got the humor, it's got the comedy, but then it can be very dark. The characters say things that are super inappropriate and very vulnerable at times and make you very uncomfortable, and then it's got a lot of tenderness that people are not expecting. So we just want so much for people. If you think you know what it is and you don't want to watch it, we want you to tune in, and we hope to change your mind and that you fall in love with this world.
All that and more on Rise Unwind.
Ever wonder what happens when a football star gets a second shot at his dreams? Well, under a fake name. Hulu's new comedy, Chad Powers, follows Glen Powell as a disgraced quarterback who reinvents himself in the most unexpected ways. So joining us is Wynn Everett. She plays Trisha, a Southern socialite and booster caught up in the wild world of small-town football. Welcome to the show, Wynn. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. The show has such a fun premise. There's a quarterback pretending to be someone else just to get back on the field. What first hooked you about Chad Powers when you read the script?
Well, Chad Powers came to me as one of the greatest gifts of my lifetime, because I had moved back home to Atlanta, to the South. I was raised in Atlanta, and I had done New York for 9 years and Los Angeles. My husband and I decided we want to move back to the South, to Atlanta. And then I've been working here. And then all of a sudden one day in my email box, I get a script called Chad Powers that was going to be shot here in my hometown in Atlanta with a Southern crew and a Southern creator that wrote this, Michael Waldron. He's also from Atlanta, and Glen Powell. Together, they created the show. And I was hooked from page one. I was laughing out loud. They created characters that had depth and heart and humor and wit, and sometimes said the most outrageous things, and then sometimes said the most tender things. And I fell in love.
And your character, Trisha, brings a lot of Southern charm and maybe a little mischief. How would you describe her personally and the role that she plays in pretty much all this?
So Trisha is the head booster for the South Georgia Catfish. She is in charge of really getting the money for our program, our college football program. And she is very invested. And that's where we come with, in the beginning, in episode 1, we don't have a quarterback. And Trisha wants that quarterback. She wants that position filled ASAP so we can get this program going and get a winning season. And in walks Chad Powers in an open tryout audition. As you can tell, I'm a theater kid.
No worries about that. Speaking of, how did you find inspiration for the role? Anybody that you watch, go to the DMV, go to PTA meetings? What got you there to turn into this character?
Well, when I read it, I actually called a dear friend of mine who works with the boosters at the University of Georgia. And so he kind of walked me through what a booster meeting looks like and how these ladies act and work with the people that are donating to the team and to the school. And he really, really helped inform me sort of the world of boosters, which is it's an insane culture in and of itself. And so I was really able to draw from that. And then, for Trisha, she's just every Southern woman that I was raised by. My mother is a bit of a Trisha. I have Trisha in my neighborhood right now that mothers me, just people that are in charge and can sometimes be bossy. I don't want to say that too loud because then my mother will call me. And they're just loving, but they also will tell you what to do, and they've got some opinions.
I could almost guarantee your mom's not watching this show.
I'm safe. I can say everything.
Good. Yeah, no, all spoilers allowed here. It kind of takes a shot at sports culture, but also redemption and identity. What kind of conversations were happening on set about those deeper themes and behind some of the laughs you guys got?
Well, and that's what I think is people that watch this show, it is not what you expect. It's taken from a 10-minute sketch of Eli Manning's, and Glen Powell and Michael Waldron created this entire world, but it is just not what you expect. It's got the witty moments, it's got the humor, it's got the comedy, but then it can be very dark. The characters say things that are super inappropriate and very vulnerable at times and make you very uncomfortable. And then it's got a lot of tenderness that people are not expecting. So we just want so much for people. If you think you know what it is and you don't want to watch it, we want you to tune in, and we hope to change your mind and that you fall in love with this world.
And you've had such a wide-ranging career, from Agent Carter to Doom Patrol and now Chad Powers. How does this project stand out for you compared to some of your other past roles?
This just stands out for me because it's my heart. It's where I was born and raised in the South in Georgia. It's got the characters that I grew up with. It's got a voice and an energy about it that I know. I know the energy of the South and the University of Georgia my parents went to, where we filmed our finale at the University of Georgia in the actual stadium with 93,000 fans all there. It's all real. It's all live. It's crazy what they did as a production in that scene in the finale. And so this is just a super special project to me. It's basically like coming home.
Wynn, I want to thank you for joining me today. You can catch Chad Powers. It's now streaming on Hulu with new episodes every Tuesday. Wynn Everett, thanks for joining me today, my friend.
Thank you. Love you guys, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much for plugging the show.
Do you ever wonder if your child's headache days might actually be something a little more serious? Turns out migraines could start young, even in elementary or middle school, and can really throw off a family's rhythm. Here to explain what parents should know are Dr. Jennifer McVig, pediatric neurologist at Dent Neurologic Institute, and Lindsay Mang, a mom who's seen firsthand what it looks like at home. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
Hi, thanks for having us. Good, thanks.
Thank you. Great.
Dr. McVig, just how common is migraine among kids and teens, and what should parents be watching for?
Thank you for asking that really important question. This is an under-recognized and under-treated disease state in our pediatric population. It occurs in 1 in 10 kids, so much more common than I think people realize. And it's not just any old headache. It really can be very disabling, causing kids to miss school or miss social activities or athletic activities. Typically, a kid may present with light sensitivity or sound sensitivity, but they may not say, oh, my eyes are sensitive. They may just not want to be in a certain room or go to their bedroom all the time. They may be nauseous and possibly vomit, but they don't have to have vomiting to have a migraine. Typically, the pain is described as throbbing, but as the kids are younger, it's difficult for them to understand that pain or describe it. So they may use different words. And oftentimes it's in the bifrontal area, which is the forehead area. And as I said, it can get up to a moderate to severe intensity where it causes kids to pull out of a certain activity and have to rest.
So what kind of challenges does this create for school or like sports or maybe some of that daily family life?
Yeah, so, not only for the child, but the parent. As a mom of 2 young ladies with migraine, oftentimes if their headache is so severe and they have to stay home from school, then I have to stay home from work or somebody has to stay with them, which is challenging. So it affects the whole family. But, kids now these days, if they miss 1 day of school in high school or maybe 2 days a month, this could be incredibly disabling for them academically. Even sporting activities, you miss 2 JV practices or varsity practices, they might not have you on the team anymore. And some people that don't have migraine may not understand how disabling it is. So, being absent from things, but just not even emotionally or intellectually being present because your pain is so severe, you're just not focusing or concentrating, is a challenge as well.
And Lindsay, your son's journey, what has that been like and how has it affected your household?
Yeah, thank you for that question. I'm sharing my personal story on behalf of Teva. My son started getting migraine headaches during his elementary school years, but it was his 4th grade year where we saw an increase in the headaches and the severity, and knowing that it wasn't just a bad headache that he was having. So we worked very closely with our pediatrician, and at that point, she referred us to Dr. McVig's office, and that's where we've been working the last few years with her and her team, and we have been able to explore different possible triggers, discuss the symptoms he's had. We did do preventative treatment options in the past, and he saw some success and help along the way, but he was still getting around 6 to 10 headaches per month on average. Now he has been taking the Jovi preventative medication, and he is now having 2 headaches per month on average. So you can see a large decrease in headaches, and him now being at a point where he doesn't have to worry all the time if he's going to get a headache or if he's going to have to miss his sports or school. So we're in a very good place, and so happy that we have seen the results that we have with a Jovi.
And the FDA recently expanded a treatment approval. What is significant for families for this?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked. So the FDA had approved this migraine medication, Jovi, for adults in 2018. So we've been using this medication for our adult migraine sufferers for many years, and it's tried and true. And now, as of August of this year, this has now been approved in pediatric population with episodic migraine, which is less than 15 headache days per month for the ages 6 to 17 years of age. And it is the first and only disease-modifying or disease-directed, I should say, medication that is out for the pediatric population for the prevention of migraine. It targets CGRP, which is calcitonin gene-related peptide, and it is an antagonist, or it inhibits it temporarily. There's once-a-month dosing. It's an auto-injector, an injectable medication that will, act as an inhibitor for a month to try to prevent CGRP from elevating and help to decrease the migraine experience that the person is having. So this is a unique and a good time for kids, because we finally have a disease-specific migraine prevention medication that is available to this pediatric population, which has been, under-recognized for some time.
And Lindsay, what changes have you seen since your son started treatment?
Sure. Changes that I've seen now are that he is not worrying or thinking about if he's going to get a headache, is he going to miss activities or sports or school? Now, with the frequency being so much less, he's just carrying on with his daily life and enjoying being a teen. So it's had a positive impact on us and our family, and he has seen great results with it.
And for families out there that want more info or maybe some guidance, where could they go?
You can go to ajovi.com, which is AJOVY.com, to learn more about migraine in general, but also Jovi as a treatment for pediatric episodic migraine.
Dr. McVig, Lindsay Bang, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
When you think of your local pharmacy, you might picture picking up prescriptions, but today they're doing so much more. From vaccinations to health screenings to personalized care and medication management, community pharmacies are becoming a trusted part of everyday healthcare. A new report from CVS Health highlights what's next in pharmacy care. And joining us today is Lucille Aceta, Chief Pharmacy Officer, and Edwin McGee, Pharmacy Manager at CVS Health. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
Great, Dan.
Doing well, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, tell us about this new report. What stood out to you most about how pharmacies are evolving?
Well, the survey really found that patients truly trust their pharmacist, and they also want to have face-to-face interactions with their pharmacy team over digital pharmacy, and also that they expect and want to see expanded care and services provided by their local community pharmacy. And as a pharmacist, I can share that we see this resonating each and every day in our pharmacies.
And Edwin, you're on the front lines working with patients every day. What kind of opportunities or changes are you seeing in your pharmacy?
Well, that's a great question. We're seeing right now that the demand and the need of the patient is evolving. So, of course, as those changes are there, then we also are well positioned to be able to meet those demands. As Lucille mentioned, 80% of our patients prefer that in-person interaction with our pharmacy teams. So what does that mean for our pharmacists? Like, pharmacists are trusted, reliable, very accessible, and that need is only going to continue to grow.
And technology plays a big role in healthcare. How can pharmacies use it to care more efficient while keeping it personally?
Well, technology actually has made some huge impacts. It's been a game changer right now. Some of our latest updates have been, we've updated our phone systems. We have a voicemail callback system, which that allows our patients to call in and leave a message with the services that they need. But then how does that update for our patient, for not our patients, but for our pharmacists? How does that make that change? And basically, that allows us to be able to prioritize the patients that are in front of us. We can be able to provide those recommendations and also update immunizations. So that way, once we finish taking care of the patient in front of us, we can be able to give a call back to that patient that left a message.
And the report says that most pharmacists want to offer more care, and I guess most patients agree. Lucille, how is CVS Health expanding what pharmacies can do for their communities?
Well, Dan, traditionally, pharmacists have been able to consistently dispense and counsel patients, but these services are now expanding for immunizations. There's over 15 different vaccines we can provide to patients. We can test for certain illnesses, and we can prescribe for certain conditions. So we're really advocating on behalf of the profession to continue the enhanced scope of service for our pharmacists to be able to provide to their local communities.
And for anyone that's thinking about a career in pharmacy, what would each of you say about the future in this field?
The future of pharmacy is only growing, and the need for pharmacists that want to make an impact in the community is growing as well. We encourage those that are interested in this to speak up. Like, our greatest contribution to this profession is being able to mentor those that are interested in being able to provide those services and be a community hero. CVS is well positioned to be able to provide those resources and also help those that are interested along that path.
And I would say, Dan, it's a very rewarding profession to be able to provide services to your local community, especially around healthcare and the amount of work that is needed to help provide these services to patients. And I would also share that in the survey, 40% of technicians are aspiring to be pharmacists. So we're also looking at tuition reimbursement, scholarships, and collaborations with colleges of pharmacy to promote the practice of pharmacy in the community. And that's one of the areas that we're really focused on.
And finally, where can our viewers go to read the full report and maybe even learn more?
cvshealth.com/RX-report.
Hey, I want to thank you two for joining me today.
Thanks,
Hey,
Dan.
thanks so much.
Ever wish the holidays felt a little more magical and maybe meaningful? This year, America's #1 aquarium is lighting up the season with an immersive experience that shines a spotlight on conservation. We're joined by Misty Mitchell, Director of Conservation and Education Programs at Johnny Morris Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium, live from Springfield, Missouri. Welcome to the show, Misty. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
No, I'm excited about aquariums, especially for the holidays. You're joining us live from this brand new Holiday Lights experience. What inspired Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas?
Yeah, Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas was inspired by Johnny Morris, his passion for connecting people to nature and the outdoors. Johnny Morris is the founder of Bass Pro Shops and a leading conservationist. As part of the Johnny Morris Conservation Foundation, we are dedicated to providing conservation outdoor experiences and connecting to the next generation of outdoorsmen. Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas is going to bring the aquarium to an all-new glow holiday adventure, connecting people to conservation.
So what can guests expect to see on this journey? Are there any standout moments that we shouldn't be missing?
Yes, guests can expect to see and experience dazzling lights like you see behind me. You're going to hear festive music and holiday scenes throughout the entire aquarium tour, but you're also going to connect to conservation. The exhibit we can see today is Shipwreck, and you're going to see the neon corals. You're going to see the illuminated stingrays. And this is just one of 12 different exhibits that you're going to experience and really enjoy and learn about conservation. Here, we're going to learn about protecting marine habitats and the importance of artificial reefs.
And you keep mentioning conservation. How does this event bring that mission to life, and why is that message so important right now?
Through our AZA accreditation, our immersive exhibits, our partnerships with leading conservation organizations, and hands-on educational programs, we are dedicated to conservation. It's our #1 mission. And the Sea of Lights Enchanted Christmas connects our guests with our conservation. These are our successful conservation initiatives like our Sea Turtle Research and Rehabilitation Center and our program's local and regional stream team cleanups and habitat restoration programs.
That is awesome. Where can our families go for tickets, hours, and maybe some more details?
Yes, to learn more and to buy tickets, you're going to go to wondersofwildlife.org/seasons. We hope to see every single one of you here at Wonders of Wildlife in Springfield, Missouri, celebrating the holiday season with us.
That sounds like a fun little trip. Thanks for joining us today, Misty.
Thank you, and have a Merry Fishmas.
Oh, you killed it. All right, you win. You win with that. Thank you. Have you ever dreamed of cruising with a little Hollywood flair? This one's for you. Princess Cruises just held a star-studded naming ceremony for its newest ship, the Star Princess, featuring none other than Camilla and Matthew McConaughey as godparents. From Sheryl Crow's live performance to a drone show lighting up the Florida sky, it was a night to remember. Here's a look. It was a night of music, lights, and a little bit of movie magic as Princess Cruises celebrated the official naming of its newest ship, the Star Princess, at Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. Grammy-winning artist Sheryl Crow took the stage, helping set the tone for a celebration that blended Hollywood glamour with a time-honored maritime tradition. The highlight came as Princess Cruises officially welcomed its newest godparents, Camilla and Matthew McConaughey, co-founders of Pantalones Organic Tequila, and now part of a legendary tradition that's included icons like Princess Diana, Audrey Hepburn, and Sophia Loren. Known for their warmth and creativity, McConaughey's perfectly capture the Princess Cruises' spirit of life well spent, celebrating connection, family, and adventure. The evening built to the ceremonial bottle break, wishing good fortune for the Star Princess and all who will sail aboard her. Guests were treated to a dazzling drone show inspired by the Northern Lights, lighting up the Florida sky in true princess style. At more than 177,000 tons and designed for over 4,000 guests, Star Princess takes luxury at sea to the next level. She features 30 dining and bar venues, next-generation entertainment, and elevated spaces like the Sanctuary Collection, the Dome, and the Arena. Plus, Spellbound by Magic Castle, a speakeasy experience created with Hollywood's famed Magic Castle. After debuting in the Mediterranean, the ship now begins her Caribbean season from South Florida, before sailing through the Panama Canal and on to Alaska. From world-class entertainment to unforgettable destinations, Star Princess is charting a bold new course for Princess Cruises. Learn more at princess.com. November is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, a time to shine a light on brain health and early detection. You know, more than 7 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's, and experts say nearly 80% of people would want to know if they were at risk before symptoms start affecting daily life. So joining us today is Academy Award-winning actress Julianne Moore, who's gained powerful insight in Alzheimer's disease through her Oscar-winning role in Still Alice, a movie I absolutely loved. She's here to talk about the Brain Health Matters campaign and why being proactive about our minds is so important. Welcome to the show, Julianne. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I am struggling just to wake up, but I'm getting there.
Okay, good.
You're working with Lily on this new Brain Health Matters campaign. Can you tell us what this is all about?
Well, the campaign is really wonderful, actually. It's to encourage people to prioritize their brain health, to talk to their doctors about their risk factors for Alzheimer's, and to ask for a cognitive assessment. Because so often we don't prioritize our brain health. We're used to going for our physicals and getting our blood pressure taken, getting a mammogram, getting a colonoscopy. But the brain is the control center for the entire body. So why shouldn't we have a cognitive assessment when we go for our annual physical as well?
So why do you feel that it's so important to take early action, even when someone feels perfectly healthy?
I think the more you know about your own health, the better off you are, the more you advocate for yourself. As you just said, I think you just named the statistic that, 4 out of 5 people would like to know if they had Alzheimer's before symptoms started so that they could do something about it. And there are physical things that you can do that may mitigate symptoms. I mean, certainly there's a huge correlation between physical health and brain health. Sleep, exercise, diet, social engagement, learning something new, staying active, all of those things contribute to a healthy brain.
And you won an Oscar for Still Alice. I love that movie. It's a film that deeply explored Alzheimer's disease. How did that experience change your understanding of the condition?
Well, it's interesting that you said it deeply explored Alzheimer's disease, because what was really unusual about it was that it deeply explored Alzheimer's disease from the perspective of the person with the disease. So often we see these stories kind of told from an outsider's point of view, but this one put a person at the center of it. And really, I think for the person who wrote the book upon which the movie was based made the character younger. She had her have early onset, because so often people think that Alzheimer's is simply a condition of aging, that it's not a disease, when in fact it is a disease. So she really wanted to show the progression of the disease, and that it's not just about memory loss, but about function. And can be and can change things like, you know, our personality, our relationships to others, our ability to function throughout our life. So that was what was so unusual about the film.
And on a personal note, what do you think you do to take care of your own brain health?
I exercise. I do a lot of yoga. I eat pretty well. I try to learn new things. I try to make sure that I feel stimulated, and that I even walking a different way, using a different hand when you're writing or eating. Anything that you can do that breaks up your routine is going to be stimulating for your brain.
Are there any projects or anything that you're working on lately that you could talk about?
I made a movie earlier this year with Jesse Eisenberg where I sang, and that was certainly very stimulating.
How did that go for you?
It was great. It was really, really fun. But one of the great things about being an actor is that you are challenged by new things all the time. You know, so often the character will do something that you have no idea how to do, and suddenly you'll find yourself taking piano lessons, or, you know, learning how to rock climb, or just doing something completely different. And so I think that's one of the things I love the most about what I do.
All right. And finally, where can our viewers go to learn more about helpful resources for Alzheimer's and maybe some brain health?
There is a wonderful website, brainhealthmatters.com, and you can go there for more information.
Hey, you are a hero. I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. So nice to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching Rise Unwind. Please visit us on our website at riseunwindtv.com. Follow us on our socials and subscribe to our YouTube at Rise Unwind. And thanks for tuning in. You take care, and we'll see you next week.
Genau,